Hello and welcome to this first English video on my channel. I usually do my videos in German because I'm German, but I'm gonna try it in English this time to maybe reach a brighter audience. So yes, please excuse if my English is not perfect. I'm gonna try my best. Today I'm gonna talk about Persian Ghom silk rugs, which are the most famous and the most valuable silk rugs, along with the Turkish Harika silk rugs, the most valuable silk rugs in the world. So yeah. Persian Ghom silk rugs are pure silk rugs, which means that they are entirely made out of silk, unlike, for example, Indian Kashmir silk rugs, which do have a silk floor but don't have a silk foundation or silk fringes. So yeah, I have a few examples here from our own collection or my own collection of Ghom silk rugs, and I'm gonna use these to show you the characteristics of Ghom silk rugs. So as I said, first thing you need to know is that they are entirely made out of silk. So silk foundation, silk pile, and silk floor. The next thing you need to know about them is that they are really hard to tell just by looking at the pattern, because Ghom silk rugs, unlike other Persian rugs, don't have a characteristic pattern. For example, Nain rugs always have the blue and beige pattern with a medallion, and they're very easily to distinguish from other Persian rugs. And that's not the case with Persian Ghom silk rugs. They really come in every different color combination you can imagine, in every color. Also, they have patterns with medallion, without medallion. They have pictorial rugs. They have so many different patterns that you probably won't be able to tell it's a Ghom silk rug just by looking at the pattern. Yes, so as you can see also here, the colors are very different. Also, the pattern is very different. So yeah, you will need to look at other aspects to make sure it's a genuine Ghom silk rug. The next thing you need to know about Persian Ghom silk rugs is that they come in very many different qualities, and these qualities are not marked in their name. So for example, again, Persian Nain rugs, they always come with the quality 6 la, 9 la, or 12 la, and it's mentioned in the name. So when you buy a rug, they say it's a Nain 9 la, which means the 9 la resembles a quality, and you know which fineness or which quality of a rug you're buying. Same with Persian Tabriz rugs, which come in the qualities 50 ruch, 40 ruch, 60 ruch, 70 ruch, and that makes you immediately know how fine the rug is and how valuable it is. And as I said, Ghom silk rugs are not marked this way, so it's very important you know how to distinguish their different qualities and how to find out if it's a valuable piece, or that they're all valuable because they're all pure silk rugs from Persia, but there are differences in value, and so you need to know how to tell those differences and to make sure you're buying the piece you think you're buying. So the first thing you want to look at is the back, and you need a ruler for this one, because you want to count the knotting density. So you take a ruler, you put it at the back, and you count the knots per centimeter or per inch. And for example, if it has 10 knots per centimeter, it means it has 1 million knots per square meter, which is pretty much the highest knot density found in Persian rugs in general. There are some few pieces, like this one, for example, who have more than 1 million knots. This is very rare, and it makes them extremely valuable. This one has about 1.2 or 1.3 million knots per square meter. Same with this one, also incredibly fine knotting, way more than 1 million knots. And this one has pretty exactly 1 million knots per square meter. This one has almost 1 million, a bit less, and this one has much less than 1 million knots. It has about 500 or 600,000 knots per square meter. Still a valuable piece, but not as valuable as these ones. So this is the first thing you want to look at. You want to take a ruler, count the knots on the back, and find out how fine is this one knotted, because a lot of rug traders also exaggerate with the numbers of the knotting density. So it's always best to take a ruler and count for yourself. So the second thing is the silk quality and the shearing quality. So there are big differences in the silk quality used in the rugs, and also how well they were sheared. So when the knotting is done, so that when the rug is basically finished, it still needs to be made even. So they kind of shave it or they shear it with either by hand with a like a knife, something like a knife, or with an electric shearing machine. So it's like electric shaver that it just runs across the rug and makes it even. So if they shear it by hand, there are actually very few people who are able to do this, even in Iran, because this is a very hard thing, very difficult thing to do, and there are few masters only who know how to shear a rug properly. And if a rug is sheared properly, you will always notice, because it will be perfectly even and the pattern will be perfectly clear. You can see the difference with this piece, for example. This was probably not sheared that perfectly, maybe with a shearing machine. Also the silk is a high quality silk, but it's not the highest quality, and this results in a kind of a blurry pattern. So as you can see, the drawings are not perfectly clear. It's a kind of mixed up, and you will find this in many silk rugs, in many Ghom silk rugs. And for example, just to see the difference, this piece is a lot clearer. So this has a better silk quality as well as a better shearing, which results in a perfectly clear pattern without any blurriness. And here it's much blurrier. So this is the second thing you want to look at to make sure this is the higher quality. Still, I don't want to talk bad about this one. It's still a great rug, great knotting, very fine, great silk, but this is a bit better in every aspect. Yes, that's the second thing. And the third thing you want to look for is a signature. So signatures in Persian rugs generally are quite rare, but if the pieces are really, really good, they often carry a signature, and the signature is a sign that there was a known master weaver who made the rug, and he was so happy with the result that he decided to put his signature in the rug. So if the rug carries a signature, that's usually a sign for a very good quality. And Ghom silk rugs, if they have a high quality, they often carry a signature. So these ones, like they all have a high quality, but like the very high end pieces, they often have a signature. So these ones don't have a signature. This one also doesn't carry signature, although it has a quality that that allows a signature. So often also this quality it already comes with a signature. And this piece, it's quite rare that this doesn't have a signature, because usually Ghom silk rugs of this quality are signed, but this one doesn't, and I was also surprised by that. But this doesn't make the rug less valuable. It would have been a nice confirmation of the quality if it also carried a signature. And this piece at the top, which is our highest end piece, it does have a signature. So here it's signed. It's signed by a quite famous master weaver called Fani. He's quite known in the rug weaving community. So this also adds a little bit of value. Yes, and you will find the signature in Ghom silk rugs. Unlike in, for example, Chinese silk rugs, you will find the signature always in the center of the top or the bottom of the rug. So inside the rug, you will find a signature at the center. For example, Chinese silk rugs, they usually, when this rug ends, there is another bit of fringes there that are tied together, which is called the kilim, and you will find a signature inside there. So this is something you need to know to distinguish Chinese or Persian silk rugs. Or for example, Turkish hurricane rugs usually have the signatures in the corners, in one of the corners. So this is where you find the signature in a genuine Persian silk rug or Ghom silk rugs. And one last thing you will find, but this is something you will only find in the very, very high-end pieces of Ghom silk rugs, is that their silk is so good that the rug turns out to be extremely flexible. So you can just take the rug and you can fold it very easily, and it will just go along when you flex it, when you bend it. This also has maybe even better bending flexibility. So this one, you can just take it and you can just squeeze it, bend it, whatever you want to call it, and it will go very easily. And because they usually are quite stiff, so this one I can't just fold it that easily. And if they have like the very highest quality of silk, which is also very expensive also for the weaver, they will have this very flexible quality. Yes, that's I would say everything you need to know about the qualities of Persian Ghom silk rugs. I hope this was helpful to you. At last, I'm going to talk a little bit about myself, about my company, orienttepichdiscount.de. We're in Germany, but we sell rugs all around the world. What we do is we find rugs in household liquidation. So when people inherit the rugs and they don't want them, we go and buy them, and they're mostly if they have any damages, we take care of that. So we have them cleaned, we have them repaired and restored, and then we put them on our eBay site or on our website, and we can offer them at quite low prices, because we can buy them much cheaper than in wholesale. So the prices we offer are much lower than what other rug traders are even able to offer, because they have new rugs. These ones are secondhand, but mostly the fine rugs, often they were just hanging on the wall, so their quality, their condition is the same as a new rug, but still the price is a lot lower. So if you're interested, please check out our website. All the rugs I showed here are linked in the description. Yes, so thank you very much for your attention, and see you in the next video.